If you've been watching Georgie and Mandy's first marriage closely, you know the tension has been building for a while. From financial strain to in-law pressure to simple emotional immaturity, the cracks in Georgie and Mandy's marriage have never exactly been subtle. And with the shadow of the Big Bang Theory looming over everything, reminding us that Georgie has multiple ex-wives in the future, it's easy to assume their split is inevitable. So, why do they last all the way until the season 3 finale? The real reason isn't denial, it's growth. From the start, their relationship has been built under pressure. An unexpected pregnancy, a rushed marriage, two very different family dynamics colliding. In season 1, that pressure exposed how young and unprepared they were. Georgie was still proving himself. Mandy was still questioning whether she made the right choice. It often felt like they were reacting to life rather than shaping it. But seasons 2 and 3 quietly shift that pattern. The biggest change is perspective. Georgie stops seeing marriage as something he has to win. Early on, he treated every disagreement like a test of his capability. If Mandy doubted him, he pushed harder. If her parents questioned him, he got defensive. That constant need to prove himself created friction. By season 3, that energy softens. He begins to understand that stability isn't about pride, it's about consistency. Showing up, listening, admitting when he's wrong. It's subtle, but it's there. And that emotional maturity keeps the marriage alive longer than many expected. Mandy evolves too. In earlier seasons, she often carried the emotional weight alone. She was practical, sometimes rigid, often frustrated. But over time, she begins to see Georgie's effort more clearly. Instead of focusing on what he lacks, she starts recognizing what he's building. That shift matters because marriages don't collapse only due to conflict. They collapse when appreciation disappears. Season 3 restores some of that appreciation. Another major reason they last? External pressure becomes a unifying force rather than a dividing one. Mandy's parents, financial stress, and career uncertainties all continue to test them. But instead of turning on each other, they increasingly face those challenges as a team. That dynamic changes the tone of their relationship. It's no longer Georgie versus Mandy during tough moments. It's Georgie and Mandy versus the problem. And that partnership delays the inevitable fracture. There's also the emotional factor of legacy. Having grown up in the Cooper household we saw in Young Sheldon, Georgie understands what unresolved tension can do to a family. He saw the strain between his parents. He felt the distance that unspoken frustration creates. Whether consciously or not, he's trying not to repeat that pattern. That effort buys them time. But here's the deeper truth. They last until the season 3 finale because the show needs them to. Narratively, if their marriage collapsed too quickly, it would feel superficial, like a checkbox on the way to established canon. By allowing the relationship to breathe, struggle, recover, and stabilize, the writers give it emotional credibility. When something eventually breaks, it won't feel like a technicality. It will feel earned. And that's important. Because what makes their marriage compelling isn't that it's doomed. It's that it almost works. There are genuine moments of tenderness, real partnership, shared laughter, quiet understanding. Those glimpses make the relationship feel authentic rather than transactional. The season 3 finale becomes powerful precisely because they've lasted this long. Every argument, every reconciliation, every compromise builds weight. When you stretch a relationship across multiple seasons, viewers invest in it. They don't just expect it to fail, they start hoping it won't. That tension between hope and inevitability is what keeps audiences hooked. The real reason Georgie and Mandy make it to the season 3 finale isn't stubbornness. It isn't obligation. It isn't even just love. It's timing. They both grow enough to sustain the marriage for now. They meet each other halfway more often. They communicate better. They face external chaos as partners. For a while, that's enough. But growth doesn't always mean permanence. Sometimes two people can evolve together and still eventually outgrow each other. By letting them last until the season 3 finale, the show honors their effort. It acknowledges that young love under pressure can survive longer than expected. And when change finally comes, it won't erase what they built. It will simply prove that lasting for a season or even 3 still mattered.